Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and back with your instant match reaction to Wycombe Wanderers 1, Aston Villa 2, and we are through to the next round of the Carabao Cup in slightly unspectacular fashion, but nevertheless, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us on the road to 5,000 subscribers. We're that close to 4,700 on the road to 5K. Like, subscribe, and get your comments in, your thoughts on today's performance. Were you happy? Obviously, some young players getting a run out, some of the more fringe players maybe getting a run out as well. And great to see Buendia in particular having a almost full 90 minutes, getting on the score sheet as well. So we'll get right into it as straight away. The starting lineup came out. Obviously, we knew there were going to be lots of changes in the side. Joe Gauci in goal for his first proper appearance of the season. Kostin Nedeljkovic at right back, Lamar Bogard and Sil Swinkles in at centre back, Ian Matson in at left back, and then a bit more of an experienced midfield with Onana and Barkley. Leon Bailey off the right, Caden Young off the left, and then Emi Buendia just behind John Duran, and Emi Buendia captain in the side. And to be honest, Aston Villa could have taken the lead inside 35 seconds. Leon Bailey picking up the ball in a nice little space, playing the ball through to John Duran. Brilliant ball through. John Duran takes it in his stride. All he needs to do is curl it in that bottom corner. You think this has got goal written all over it, but he manages to curl it wide. And that was kind of the only thing that happened in the first half. Wycombe put us under real pressure. They kept the play really tight and condensed, and Villa couldn't really get going. Again, slow passing, obviously a little bit disjointed with many new players coming in and young players kind of trying to find their feet. We didn't move the ball quickly enough. I don't think Emi Buendia got into the game as much as he wanted to. We maybe weren't using Caden Young as much as we probably could have done. He had a couple of runs down that left-hand side, put a couple of threatening crosses in, but nothing really of note. I think Leon Bailey had a couple of efforts wide, but he was a little bit sluggish and couldn't quite get anything going. And as I say, Barkley and Onana giving the ball away quite cheaply, not really wanting to drive forwards as much as maybe we'd want them to. Onana had a couple of little runs forward, but nothing really crazy, and maybe playing within themselves a little bit. And Wycombe, to give them their credit, once they contained us, they were looking to attack and had a couple of efforts. I think Joe Gauci had a couple of efforts that were that to save that were hit straight at him. Particularly the wide player against Nedeljkovic did quite well, and he had one or two efforts. One where he turned him kind of inside out, hit the shot, but it was straight at Joe Gauci. But apart from that, there wasn't really a lot that happened in that first half. And Villa went in 0-0. You think if we up the tempo just that little bit, we would be able to get something out of the game. And we didn't really up the tempo too much. You could see we were trying to do things maybe just that little bit quicker, maybe trying to go a little bit more direct into John Duran, and then get Emi Buendia playing off him. But it was actually Caden Young that took the game upon himself. And as I said, he had a couple of threatening runs down that left-hand side in the first half. And the goal was created in the second half by him doing that same thing. Ball down the left-hand side. He took the defender on, beat him for pace, puts a cross in. It deflects up in the air. I think bounces header out from a Wycombe player, but it doesn't go very far. And Emery Buendia leaps up. We know how good he is in the air for such a small guy. Gets his head onto the ball, loops the header over the goalkeeper and into the net. And a brilliant moment for him. And he really, really showed it in his celebration. I mean, it must be 16 months of toil and hard work, and it comes to fruition for him with a lovely finish and gets us the goal that we really needed. To be honest, I wouldn't say we massively deserved it, but certainly really needed. And then we kind of played a little bit better. Jacob Ramsey came into the game, and Aidan Borland as well also came on for his debut. That was really nice to see. Ramsey was getting on the ball, and we were looking a little bit more dangerous, trying to take players on. But I've kind of felt we didn't take that next step. We didn't beat that player into the box and maybe get a shot off like we maybe could have done. Like I say, playing within ourselves a little bit. But we got the second goal towards the end of the game. John Duran getting the ball into the box, beats his man, takes an extra touch, and I think he actually trips over himself. but the referee gave a penalty. The goalkeeper slides in, the defender's just behind him, and I actually thought that that the referee had given a free kick and was gonna book John Duran for diving, but actually pointed to the spot. John Duran steps up himself and buries it into the bottom corner, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and sends Villa into the next round, essentially. Wycombe puffed and puffed. Then they had some really good chances. They decided to go really direct. Ben Broggio also came on for Villa. Travis Patterson came on. And another youngster for Villa, Jamal Alibo, came on as well. And he looked quite sharp when he came on. He had a shot that the goalkeeper saved straight into the goalkeeper, but looked really sharp. But Wycombe went quite direct. McCleary had a couple of efforts, and Joe Gauchi made a great save from a header from him. But they did get their goal right at the end. Kone with a finish. I think Swinkles and Bogard maybe got a little bit tired towards the end. That physicality of the centre forwards for Wycombe, I think, took its toll on them a little bit, and they were a little bit naive. There was an effort that Kone had just before from a long ball that Twinkles had missed the header. Bogard wasn't quite strong enough, and eventually he did get his goal, although I think it was debatable whether he was offside. We messed about with it at the back, and he just lashed it into the net. 94th minute, and Wycombe get their goal, but wasn't enough. The game was over pretty much straight after that, and Villa sealed the win 2-1 and into the hat for the next round. And look, it's a really good experience for a lot of these young players. Like I say, Borland coming on, Broggio coming on, even Patterson and Jamal Alibo coming on as well. And then Caden Young playing nearly a full match. Nedeljkovic, it was good for him to get some minutes. But it was very much a disjointed performance from Aston Villa. But another game for them. I'm sure a number of these players will be used in the next round, and they can get that game under their belts, and it's extra experience for them, utilising the EFL trophy as well for a lot of these players, now utilising the Carabao Cup. And as Emery said, if we get through this next round after this, maybe he then starts to use some of the bigger boys in the future rounds. But into the round for the next hat, and who knows who we get. Will we get a nice home tie? It'd be good to get a team in the lower league again, give these young players an opportunity to see how they get on, and maybe, like I say, progress in the cup, because I would like to see us win a cup. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments in terms of, how serious do we need to take this competition? We know we've got Champions League, we know we've got Premier League, and you can't push on all fronts. But it's great to see some young players coming through, getting that vital experience, winning a game. Didn't play our best, but getting more experience at this level, getting more rhythm. They play the next game, maybe they're a little bit more used to playing with each other as well, and they can take that experience forward. So all in all, a satisfactory night. I'm sure Unai Emery will be happy with the result, maybe not so happy with the performance, but happy to give some of the young players an opportunity. I'll be back later on this week with plenty more shows. We've got In the Away End with the Ipswich Town fan, which we're really looking forward to. We've got the full match preview with the lads live on Friday night as well. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Back into Premier League action on Sunday against Ipswich. Hopefully we get that victory. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help us on the road to 5K. Get your comments flying in. Thank you for watching. And as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.